anything else that you want to say about the police report, Ms. McDuffie, or do you want to do it all at one time?
I'll do it all at once.
Harold Hughes,
You're gonna place it down flat right here, just like that, okay? I mean, you could. Okay. Okay, pick it up one more time, same way. You have to put that off your head, okay?
thanks for coming over. Harold Hughes, I need his file.
Yes, sir, and I'll need to see him real quick.
Just go right over there. She needs to get your fingerprint. Thank you, sir.
Raise your right hand, just swear or else, now that you've all proven nothing but the things that we got. I need for you to look. Pick up your right thumbprint, place it down flat on your spot over here. It needs to be flat. I need your whole thumbprint, okay? You need to move the paper. Okay, do it again. Pick up the same thumbprint, place it flat right there. Okay, move this in front of it.
You did, he was certified, that, we received access to all the police discovery documents.
And 23 CR 1012 is now called the State of Texas versus Harold Randall Hughes. You, Mr. Hughes?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I have a moment. He's speaking to me and I'm not sure what he's saying.
Yeah.
Experience this. You're agreement upon. I guess you'll have to recall it. He's got questions that I can't answer. We've talked about them, but I don't want to rush him if he's not ready.
No. What do you want to do today?
I guess I need to ask you to, if you could just hold it for a few minutes so I could talk to him in the jury box.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Buddy Reynolds.
Yes, sir.
Where you've got some things on the trial back
Yes,
here
sir.
that's written Kerr.
Yes, sir. You want to come?
Okay. And Fernando Rostro.
If he wants to come.
Okay. Is that it? Here's everything. What's his bond right now?
Reduced bond. And he says that he could make a bond that where the fee would be $2,000, which means it would have to be reduced, I'm guessing, to $20,000 for him to be able to make that. Is that correct? Yes. You have to say it.
Yes. Yes.
So you guys should take down everything.
Yes.
50,000.
Well, your bond is right now at $50,000. So we go, why?
Yes.
This is a state jail felony, so.
Yes, sir. He's just informed me he would like to just move forward on the plea.
He has a right to. What's your final answer,
Please.
Jeremy? Because I'm about to look into the book, and here are the rules for fixing the amount of bond.
It's all right, Your Honor. I'll take the plea.
It sounds like you're not certain what you want to do. I'm looking at your criminal history, which is 2 pages long here. And that's part of what is factored into in the amount of bond, as well as the circumstances of the crime. I also have the probable cause affidavit here. It states it looks like you would allegedly forged a check in the amount of $400. You went in to Do Good Federal Credit Union to present the check for cash. You left the bank. Then the actual owner of the account called and said a box of checks had been stolen and several forged checks were being filed on his account. So, intentionally or knowingly passing a forged writing, knowing that to be forged, purporting to be the act of another who owned the account, did not authorize the act, then I have this copy of the check, which says to the order of Randall Hughes, $400. Look at something. He pleaded guilty to evading arrest in 2017. Abandoning or endangering a child, 2017, a plea. Assault of a public servant, 2016, that was a plea. You got other arrests, but I'm just looking at the pleas. Illegal possession of a controlled substance in 2013. And then this forgery. Is there a loss of $400?
It's actually more than that, Judge. That's just the check that's represented in the charge. By my total, it's 2152.63. But I'm doubling cross-checking that check.
2162.53.
2152.63 is the number I had at this time, Judge.
52.63.
How long have you been in jail?
2 months, sir.
How's that working out for you? You enjoying it or just,
No,
you're not good?
No, sir.
Well, I'd be worried if you said, I'm just enjoying the heck out of this. Where are you employed when you're not in jail?
I'm not.
You're looking over there, which means you're not employed,
No,
right?
sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it, please, Your Honor.
No, I'm trying to, I want these people paid back. Somebody's lost money. And then it costs to house you. The taxpayers, we're just bleeding money with you. What you need to be doing is the right thing, not forging and stealing, but being independent and being a responsible person. But you hadn't been since early 2013. 10 years now. How old are you?
35.
Well, it's time to grow up and become an adult.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry. You say something don't interrupt the court. Don't interrupt the court, please. Thank you. He's a grown-up. No shouting, or you can leave and wait outside. That's the rules. This isn't people's court where people shout out things. We have order, and that's why the bailiff is here. Okay. So how do you pay them back? I mean, we're out of money. I mean, somebody needs the money. Somebody's out money that you took.
I have to get a job.
Well, you sound like that's cruel and unusual punishment. Everybody should have a job, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you do when you're working?
Construction.
Are you good at it?
Yes, sir.
Would you have a job? If you were placed on probation for some reason, would
Yes,
you
sir.
have a job?
Yes, sir.
Where would you work?
Construction.
I mean, who with? For whom?
RCI,
Sir,
RCI.
they would hire you?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make an hour then?
$18 an hour.
That's 40 grand. That's enough to be independent. You have a family?
Yes, sir.
I mean, children?
Yes, sir.
You got children?
Have a son?
He live with you?
No, sir.
Well, do you have somebody, do you live with the mother of the child?
No, I live with my mother.
May I, Judge?
Yes, go
I,
ahead.
I want to amend the amount that I told you. There were 6 checks that were dealt with. 4 of them end up in Orange County. So the amount for the loss here in Jefferson County is $700.
It's just 700,
Yes, sir.
not 2,000.
The total loss to the victim is that number represented, but the other amount, 700 is the only proper amount in Jefferson County, Judge.
Okay. There's another amount lost in another county?
Yes, sir. Orange County is dealing with that. I don't want
Do
to.
you have charges out of Orange County?
No, sir, I do not.
If,
That's what this indicates.
Do you know, Kevin?
no, all I know is that he may not be charged yet, but I don't know whether they're proceeding with it or not. Is that what you're getting? The
That's what that
impression that they are
indicates.
proceeding?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Okay, so
I'm only
final answer.
Final answer for me is
Yeah.
$700.
$700.
Yes, sir.
I want those people paid back. How can you pay back $700?
Good job. I was on probation.
Does he have a final felony conviction?
He does, Judge. The last time he was convicted, he received 15 months state jail. That's why I went up incrementally.
Okay. So you're not eligible for probation in front of a jury. You are in front of the court, but I'm not sure on this. Because if they do something in Orange County, what good is it if you're on probation and having to do time in Orange County? Then you're doing your probation while in custody. That doesn't work. You're not representing them on anything in Orange County?
No, Your Honor.
Here, y'all come on over here. Let me talk to anybody. Sorry. So Kevin, if you can
Yes, sir.
talk to the defendant and see what we're trying to do to fashion out a plan so everybody gets treated fair on this. I don't see how 18 months without paying back restitution does much. Since he was in, your last state jail was how long? 15 months? 15, 50, you were in 15 months in state jail last time? Well, you don't have a lot of bargaining potential here by getting back into a crime, you know? But anyway, they're talking about some things. So why don't you listen and see if there's something that you can work out. Let me know. Who are you? Fernando. Mr. Reynolds, you ready?
I'll need to swear him to be here pretty good.
Come on over. He's gonna swear you in. Thank you.
Oh, here. Raise your right hand, please. If you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Your thumbprint. Look up your white thumbprint. Your flat, on this box right here. You get up with more time.
We can do that other one, but I got one more.
Okay, your name on the judge.
On this one, Judge, you from a plea admonishment, I'm not sure if I signed it.
Thank you.
The on my excuse.
Fernando Buenrostro. Buenrostro. How do you pronounce it?
Buen rostro.
Buenrostro. You are here with Mr. Reynolds, your attorney, and the state's attorney. What are you looking for, buddy?
Oh, on the last page, I'm.
This, you didn't sign this one.
That's what I'm looking for.
8 years. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment here in 22-40347? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, this indictment, sir, alleges that on or about July 18th, 2022 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Do you understand what you're charged with here?
Yes, sir.
If convicted, you face, what are we doing with this?
Well,
It just says second degree.
it's second degree because of the priors.
Are you,
You can go with third degree, Judge.
okay, paragraph 1 alleges that on or about July 18th, 2022 in Jefferson County, Texas, after being convicted of the offense of attempted possession of a firearm by a felon in 2021 out of Harris County, Texas. After that became final, you illegally possessed a firearm in this case, which was before the 5th anniversary of your release from supervision following the conviction. And this is unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, which means if convicted, you face a term of not more than in 10 years assessed not to understand. An agreement has been reached where you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 8 years in prison. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this, you're convicted. The next time you get a felony offense above a state jail felony, you're looking at life imprisonment. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're as an habitual felon. Also, are you a citizen of the United States?
Sure.
Okay. Because convictions affect the ability to gain citizenship in the United States if you're not, but you are a citizen.
Yes, sir. I'm born.
How do you plead to this, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document
Yes, sir.
voluntarily? Did you understand it and discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Or the contents all true and correct? Yes.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence.
No objection.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You are guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial, the right to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Is a pre-sentence report waived?
So wait, Judge.
I'm going to follow this agreement, Fernando, and I will find as follows that you are pleading guilty today voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The bottom. Yeah. I now find you guilty beyond a of this third-degree felony. I'm following this agreement. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 8 years. You will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with law. Do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Here's this. Where's Ryan? Is it Ryan still in the back working on papers? Matuska,
No, sir.
what we can do on Julius Jackson?
He's still a trial.
Okay, I thought that was a plea. No?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, let's get, I have Nilson Manzanares,
I've not seen Mr. Gilthorpe.
but that's going to be a plea.
Yes, sir. It's a reduction to misdemeanor, so we're working.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me get everybody lined up then on this here. Can you find out where Jared Gilthorpe is and ask him to come in here so we can seal that? Looks like I've got,
Yeah, it's gonna be a deferred to site. Well, I can also can you can do.
buddy, Britton Kerr, that's still a trial.
Yes, sir. It's no prohibition.
Clifford Miles is still a trial. Robert Cardinal. Where's John West?
I think
John indicated that's probably gonna be a plea, Judge. He had to go to a different court.
And then Brian Malonsaw Todd.
That's
LeBlanc.
trial. That's trial.
Xavier Senegal, Joe Vasquez, that's a trial.
Yes, sir.
Jordan Savoy is a trial.
That was please, Lord.
No, we're gonna put that.
Yes, sir.
Stephen Thompson is a trial. Dalton Kirk is a trial. Elbert Cox.
Colonel Thompson, that was the one where the complainant, he's in the hospital. He'd been there for 40 days after having his legs crushed.
Okay, he's unable to.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's Langston's, and here's Stephen Thompson's file. That's reset. Dalton Kirk, 2 cases. Elbert Cox. And then Julius Jackson. So, yeah, what's anything with Albert Cox?
I still need to talk to him about that, but let me, I'm trying to think of Joe.
Robert Cardinal.
Cardinal, I was about to grab the tablet. We're going to on that one for sure.
Okay,
That one has
all
a
right.
plea again.
No, They pull that out.
Judge, just a reminder, the jury comes at 1 p.m.
I know. Here's
Speak today.
what I need is the other, okay, then Mr. Reynolds?
Yes.
Okay, on Britton Kerr,
Yes.
we're gonna go on that one first, Mike.
That's fine, Judge.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Yes,
It was number one.
Yeah, they put the
It's,
wrong
it's
names on.
supposed to be.
All right,
Yes,
all right. That'll be number one. And you have Clifford Miles as well, don't you?
yes, sir.
Well, if something happens on that, Miles is 2. And then Brian Melanson is 3. Is that yours, Mike?
Yes, sir.
That's yours. And Xavier Senegal, 1A. Who's 1A?
It's
It's gonna be mine. It was transferred over from.
Okay, then that's 4. And Kirk's cases for 5. Elbert Cox is 6, but John's talking. And then Julius Jackson is 7. I think that. John, what are you with the pad on?
Cardinal. I talked to Mr. Cox. He's still adamant that he wants a promise.
That's okay. Okay, tell me when Cardinal is ready.
I'm about to do my part.
Here's yours.
Awesome.
That's trial docket. And I have Mr. Peters still.
So, Your Honor, we ask that the court allow us to change the plea papers to reflect an agreement for the court to consider 2 years to do in the state jail, probated over 5 with a 90-day upfront sentence and $700 restitution.
Is that
Yes, sir.
what you wish?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, they should be in your queue.
Okay, on Pews, who's the,
It's their hands.
okay, we call Harold Randall Pews, 23 CR 1012. That's the defendant who's here with Ms. Mantalini. Waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment. Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, this indictment alleges, again, that on or about March 17th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of forgery of a financial instrument. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
If convicted, you face confinement in a state jail for any term of not less than 180 days or more than 2 years. In addition, you may be assessed a fine not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached here where you would be pleading guilty. What do you want me to say?
Sentenced to 2 years state jail, but the sentence suspended for 5 years, 90 days upfront time, $700 in restitution. And we would ask that the, what time he's got already in would go toward the upfront,
What's the restitution again?
700.
This one, I'm trying to. We'll talk about this, but everything for out. And you're looking to find the murder she's at. And like generally going around and. For a long. Monique is a couple of JP.
You say $400?
700 restitution.
Wow.
To whom? Is it the bank or Barry?
The restitution,
Probably the
the
bank,
bank.
Judge. It's DuPont, Federal Credit Union.
Okay. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
2 years confinement in the state jail, that would be suspended. You would be for 5 years. You would be placed on regular probation as a condition of probation. You must serve 90 days upfront confinement. You've already served 60.
Yes, sir.
That'd be another 30 days. Restitution would be owed in the amount of $700.
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And that $700 needs to be paid within 30 days after you are released.
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, if I follow this, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this state jail felony? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That
Yes.
is on your own free will and because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
Show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Did you understand it? Discuss it with your attorney? Are the contents true and correct?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence
objection.
without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you were mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and right to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report. Wayne.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to follow this agreement, and if nothing further to add, I'm going to find you pleading guilty today voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty to
Yes,
the
sir.
state jail felony.
Yes,
There's
sir.
sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea here from State's Exhibit 1 admitted to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the state jail felony. I'm following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 2 years. That confinement term is suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 5 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation which are normal and customary for this type of crime. You must pay restitution in the amount of $700 based upon this loss. In this case, to be paid within 30 days of your release from confinement. You must serve 90 days in the county jail with credit for time served. Will be credited against that 90 days. So you've got 30 more days. There will be other terms and conditions of probation. please follow these. If you fail to, your probation could be revoked and you could be sentenced up to 2 years in the state jail. You understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You work hard and fix this and do better.
Second restitution for 30 days for the release plus the regular. So when you get out, you gotta hit the ground running.
I know, that's right.
And it's.
Okay, Jared? On Nelson Manzanares,
Yes. We reached an agreement on that.
you gonna fix something up?
Yeah, I need to, Mr. Hammond, see if we're going to